All right, get ready for a deep dive. We've got a big Champions League matchup on our hands. Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal. You've got a tough betting decision to make, and we're here to help with all the insights straight from our Tips Moto supercomputer.
And this one's really interesting. Both teams are doing well, but Sporting's aiming for that top spot.
Right.
And Arsenal, well, they need to bounce back after that loss against Inter Milan.
Definitely high stakes, and, we got to mention Sporting Lisbon's on fire right now.
Oh,
A
yeah.
9-game winning streak across all competitions. It's impressive. Arsenal, on the other hand, they just snapped a 4-game winless streak
Uh-huh.
with a solid win, 3-0 against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, they're carrying some momentum for sure.
So they're coming into this match with, some momentum of their own.
And, the head-to-head history is interesting. Arsenal has never lost to Sporting in regulation time.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty remarkable.
But, I've got to say, those matches have always been close.
Oh, yeah.
Those nail biters, that go down to the wire. So Sporting Lisbon could definitely pull off an upset,
Yeah.
especially on their home turf.
For sure, especially at home. Let's dive deeper into each team.
Okay.
Starting with Sporting Lisbon,
Yeah.
virtually unbeatable at home since March. And get this, they've scored 31 goals in their last 9 matches.
Wow.
We're talking over 3 goals per game. It's offensive fireworks for sure.
And leading that charge is Victor Gyökeres.
Okay.
He's been having an incredible season. That hat-trick he scored against Manchester City,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the man's a goal-scoring machine.
Absolutely, and he's a real threat that Arsenal's going to have to figure out how to, handle.
Definitely.
Now, we've also got to consider the new manager, João Pereira.
Right.
He stepped in after Ruben Amorim left.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, big shoes to fill. And, it'll be interesting to see what he does with this match, how he approaches it.
For sure. There's always a bit of an unknown with a new manager.
Mhm.
But Sporting Lisbon's got a solid squad. I
Yeah.
mean, they've adapted well. You can see it in their performances.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of resilience.
I agree. They've shown a lot of strength. They do have some key injuries, though, like Pedro Gonçalves.
Right.
He's a vital part of their midfield.
Tough break.
Yeah, but, even with the injuries, their depth and attacking power are pretty intimidating.
All right, let's switch gears to Arsenal. Their away form in the Champions League has been a bit of a struggle lately.
Yeah.
They haven't won an away game in their last 5.
Yeah.
And they haven't even scored a goal in their last 4.
Yeah, it's a trend they definitely need to break.
Yeah, they've got to turn it around.
But there's some good news for Arsenal fans, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. They're expected to be back in the starting lineup.
Okay,
They were rested last match.
good.
And these guys, they're crucial to Arsenal's success.
Huge.
So their return is a big boost.
Absolutely. Having them back is huge.
Yeah.
Especially considering they've been dealing with their own injuries. Mostly on defense, though. Players like Ben White and Takeru Tomiyasu, they're still sidelined. So that could leave them vulnerable at the back.
Yeah, that's definitely a weak spot for them right now.
All right, so we've looked at both teams. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. What does our Tips Moto supercomputer say about this matchup?
Okay, so after crunching all that data, we're giving Sporting Lisbon a 40% chance of winning, 30% for a draw, and 30% for an Arsenal win.
So a slight edge to Sporting Lisbon. And what's the predicted score?
We're predicting a 2-1 victory for Sporting Lisbon.
Wow. Sounds like it's going to be close.
Yeah, this one is going to be tight. But remember, these are just predictions, Based on the data we have now, football can be unpredictable. Anything can happen on match day.
Oh, absolutely. That's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break down some of the key factors we think could really swing this match.
Yeah, for starters, you got to look at Sporting Lisbon's home form and their goal scoring.
Yeah.
They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, putting opponents on their heels right from the start.
And then you've got Arsenal's struggles in those away Champions League games.
Yeah.
If they want to get a result, they're going to need to figure out how to turn that around.
Absolutely. That's their biggest challenge going into this one.
It is.
But, Odegaard and Rice being back, that could be the spark they need. Odegaard's creativity, Rice controlling the midfield, that could give them the edge they need against Sporting Lisbon's defense.
This is shaping up to be an exciting one.
It is. It'll be interesting to see, how they approach it tactically, how the players perform, who's going to come out on top. Now let's get down to the betting opportunities. Where should you be placing your bets? We're all about helping you, bet smart and win big, and that's where our Tips Moto supercomputer comes in.
That's right.
After analyzing all that data, we've got some pretty interesting betting opportunities for you to consider.
All right, let's hear it. What's our top pick?
Okay, our top pick is backing Sporting Lisbon to win. Their home advantage, their recent form, and their goal-scoring ability make them a serious contender in our book.
Can't argue with that. They've been incredible offensively. Okay, what about our next tip?
Next, we recommend considering both teams to score. Yes, Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal both have real firepower up front, so we think there's a good chance we'll see goals from both sides.
Yeah, I can see that happening. This match has the potential to be a high-scoring thriller.
For sure. And for our third tip, we're suggesting you look at over 2.5 goals for the total goals over-under bet.
So we're thinking goal fest then.
Well, with both teams' attacking talent and our predicted 2-1 scoreline, betting on over 2.5 goals seems pretty solid.
Makes sense. Now let's talk anytime goal scorers, any standout candidates we should be keeping an eye on.
Okay, for anytime goal scorer, we've got two players who we think have a great chance of finding the back of the net. For Sporting Lisbon, we're going with, Victor Gyökeres, obviously. His goal-scoring record speaks for itself, and he's been scoring consistently all season.
He's been unstoppable lately.
Yeah.
And for Arsenal?
For Arsenal, we're putting our money on Bukayo Saka. He's a key player, scored a beautiful goal in that win against Nottingham Forest. We think he has a good chance to add to his tally against Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I agree. Saka is always a threat. Okay, last one. What's our supercomputer's prediction for the correct score?
Our supercomputer is sticking with that 2-1 victory for Sporting Lisbon. Again, remember, football is unpredictable. Anything can happen.
Right, that's the beauty of it.
Absolutely. And these betting tips are just suggestions based on our analysis and predictions. The final decision, is always yours.
Do your research, weigh all the factors, and, most importantly, bet responsibly.
Now, before we move on, we want to remind you why Tipsmodo is the best place for all your betting needs.
We're committed to providing the best possible betting experience for everyone, regardless of your experience level.
We offer the most competitive odds, tailored specifically for you here in Kenya.
Our expert analysts, alongside our supercomputer, they work tirelessly to bring you the most accurate predictions and valuable insights.
And we're here to help. Our customer support team is available 24/7 for any questions you might have.
So join the Tipsmodo community today. Take your betting to the next level.
All right, ready for more insights? We've got some more fascinating facts about this matchup.
Let's hear them. I always love the fun facts. What have you got?
Okay, first, let's talk about Sporting Lisbon's goal-scoring streak. 31 goals in their last 9 matches across all competitions. Amazing.
Wow, those numbers are pretty amazing. They're on fire offensively. What else?
Okay, switching gears to Arsenal's away form in the Champions League. They haven't won any of their last 5 away games and haven't scored in their last 4. It's a trend they'll need to reverse for a successful campaign.
Yeah, that's a tough streak. They really need to find a way to turn things around on the road.
They do, but here's a fun fact. Did you know Arsenal has never lost to Sporting Lisbon in regulation time?
Really? That's surprising, considering their recent struggles away from home in the Champions League.
It is, but keep in mind, those matches have always been very close, often coming down to the final minutes. So while history might favor Arsenal, it's not a guarantee.
Every match is a new story waiting to be written.
Exactly. Speaking of news stories, Victor Gyökeres.
Oh, yeah. The goal machine? What about him?
He's been on fire, scored a hat-trick against Manchester City earlier in this Champions League campaign.
That's a statement for sure.
He's a real nightmare for defenders. His instincts in front of goal are top-notch.
Arsenal's defense is going to have their work cut out for them.
For sure.
So we've got a dominant home team, a team struggling on the road, and a goal-scoring sensation. This is going to be an epic Champions League match.
No doubt about it.
Before we wrap up this part, we want to hear from you. What are your predictions for this clash of European giants?
Head over to our social media pages. We'd love to hear from you. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're at Tipsmodo on all platforms. Share your predictions and join the excitement.
And don't forget to check out our expert betting tips. We're your one-stop shop for everything football betting. We're here to help you win big.
So the question is, will Sporting Lisbon keep their winning streak alive, or will Arsenal rise to the challenge and pull off the upset?
We'll find out Tuesday, November 26th. Don't miss it.
And remember, we'll be here with you every step of the way. Until then, bet smart, bet with Tipsmodo.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive, getting you ready for this Champions League clash, Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal.
We've analyzed it all,
Yeah.
team form, key players, we even shared our supercomputer predictions and some betting tips.
Right.
Now, let's look ahead to this match. What are the big storylines? What should we be watching for?
What are your final thoughts?
Well, I think it's going to be a really interesting clash of styles. You've got Sporting Lisbon riding high on confidence with that home advantage, and then you've got Arsenal who are looking to, prove themselves on the European stage. Sporting Lisbon, they've got that attacking flair. They love to score. I think they're going to try to impose their will on the game right from kickoff.
Yeah, I can definitely see them feeding off that home crowd energy.
Yeah.
They're going to want to make a statement, show Arsenal what they're all about.
Exactly.
But Arsenal, I don't think they're just going to roll over.
No.
They've got their own quality, their own ambitions. They're going to want to control the midfield, slow down Sporting's attack.
I agree. They'll be looking for any cracks in that Sporting Lisbon defense. Try to shut down those attacking threats.
Classic offense versus defense, a real clash of philosophy.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this match so intriguing.
Right.
It's like a tactical chess match.
Yeah.
Both managers trying to outsmart each other. And then you've got those individual battles as well. Victor Gyökeres,
Right.
Sporting's goal machine, going up against that Arsenal defense that's, looked a little shaky lately.
That's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. If Arsenal can contain Gyökeres, that'll significantly increase their chances.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, Arsenal's attack with Saka and Ødegaard,
Oh, yeah.
they're going to be looking for any vulnerability they can exploit.
This is going to be a battle all over the pitch.
It is. So what are your predictions? Who do you think is going to come out on top in this clash of the Titans? We want to hear from you.
Head over to our social media. Let us know. We're at TipsMoto on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the platforms. Share your predictions. Join in on the excitement. And don't forget to check out our expert betting tips. We're here to help you make smarter bets. Win big.
We are your one-stop shop for all your football betting needs. So the big question, will Sporting Lisbon continue their winning streak, or will Arsenal pull off that upset?
We'll find out Tuesday, November 26th. Make sure you don't miss it.
We'll be here with you every step of the way, giving you all the insights you need to make this Champions League season a memorable one. Until then, bet smart, bet with TipsMoto.